Hello. I bought a box of Final Fantasy, so I'm just opening it. Oh, of course I shut this. Ugh. Hero token or copy. Tapland. Final days. Oh, the hits are in front, so I want to move the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I got one of the good cards that are in standard. Uh, Astrologins Planisphere. I really suck at English. Job select. Equipped creature is a wizard in addition to its other types, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw your third card each turn, put one card on this creature. That is nice. Okay. That was tight. Put hits here, and I'm gonna put some. Oh, this was into an artifact. Cool. I'm gonna put some cards that I'm kind of interested in. Or I'll just put like legendary creatures in its own thing, and then everything else can just go over here with everything else. This is my hollow. Final days. Okay. Next pack. Just put on the just on the bed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw a transformation card. Quidditch Trepi, legendary human wizard. It's an uncommon blue magic. When it enters, you may cast an instant sorcery card from your graveyard. And mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. If that spell would be put into the graveyard, exile it instead. Interesting. Battle menu, red spoof, adventure. Art card, which is a mogul. I've never played newer Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy 1 and I'm playing the sequel. Whoa, what the fuck? Noctis Lucas Column. He's the Kedrith the Returned King, which is a commander card. He's a 5 color. All creatures gain trample haste until end turn. Put a 1 counter on target creature. Target player gains 5 life. Target player draws a card. Put target creature card from a graveyard into its battlefield. These will be all cards because I don't know if it's a rare or mythic, but I assume it is. And then Summon Primal Odin. I hate this fucking card. It's really good. It's a saga creature. Says destroy target creature and opponent controls. Number 2. This creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to player. That player loses the game. I forgot why I hate this card. And then Hollow Sorrow 3. Draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. Fucking yikes and Exodus, which is a uncommon. Wow, that was really good. Good creature too with a nice art. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I saw a transformation card. Let's go. Legendary creature. Wow, they just put all the legendary creatures in the uncommon board. This is Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. Whenever Ashy attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Maybe reveal an artifact card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom. I see. That's dope. I need to get a legendary creature from here and put it here. Artifact. Exile this artifact out of blue. When you next cast the instant sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Nice. That's really cool. Gladius Almincita. I don't know. He's a Gruul commander or legendary creature. It says when you enter, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle and landfall. Whenever a land you control enters another target creature you control, gets 2/2 until the end. To trample until the end of your turn. That's tight. Ooh, that's cool. Not worth it though. Ooh, holographic island. I fuck with that. We'll be putting that here. Bard's bow. Dion. Bahamut's dominant. During your turn, Dion and other knights you can draw flying. When he enters, create a 2/2 white knight creature token and pay for 5/6. Exile him and return him to the battlefield transformed, which he turns into Baramount Warden of Light, which says, oh, maybe flip it. Wings of Light, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Those creatures gain flying on a turn. It happens for 2 upkeeps, and then 3 destroy target permanent, exile this card and return it to the battlefield faced upward. Tight. That's cool. And then I got Summoner's Grimoire, which is an equipment. I don't think I have any of the rare equipments, honestly. Drop select, equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types and has whenever this creature attacks you, put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That card is an enchantment card. Enters tap and attack you. That's really fucking broken. What? Oh, equipped it for 3 after paying 4. And then I'll just kill you. I know, that's too much of an exaggeration. I meant I'll just play this 12. Because there's no limit. It just says play a creature. I'm looking through my thing because I put a legendary creature in here. Yep. Exitive. Void. Warlock. Another pack. Another pack I have over here. Sorcerer's Sign. Restart. Restoration Magic. Fate of the Sun. Combat Tutorial. Dwarven. Summon. Airship Crash. The art card is no idea. It's like a dragon, I don't know. The camera quality is not super great when it comes to the lighting. And then an island. Normal one. And then common. Ooh! Altar, it's a wall. It says the Imperial City of Arcades. It's a wall of omens and creature wall defender. When this creature enters, draw a card. So it's just a defender. And I got a land. Not one of the good ones. That's just like sorcery. I think those are instances. It says it's a land town, enters and tapped. Taps for 2, and it says pay 5, 6, 7. Transform this land. This ability costs 1 less to cast for each other town you control, which it transforms into Balam, Guardian Airborne. Which says whenever it attacks, draw a card. Cool one. It is a rare, so back up there. I got Torgal, a Fine Hound. Legendary creature, yep, I was about to say that's a commander, I know. Another pack. These have been extremely fun to open so far. I hate how there's at least one flipped card, which is funny. I don't hate that. I hate that I can only see it. Prompto Argamentum. Haste, Selfish Shot. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. Circle of Power. Ooh, oh, I thought this was the starting town, which is like a $30 land. I don't know if it still is, but it's Crossroads Village, which is a town. Creature Giant. Artifact. Instant. Sorcery. Creature. Token. Bird. Town. And for legendary creature, I got the Emperor of Pelmisia, which is the villain in Final Fantasy II. I know this because he's all over the fucking cover of the game. He's a Izzet commander, which is cool. It says you can tap in that a blue or green. I'm stupid. Blue or red. Spend this mana to only cast a non-creature spell. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on the Emperor of Palmisia. Then if it has 3 or more 1/1 counters, it transforms it. Which says the Lord Master of Hell. Whenever the Lord Master of Hell attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is them or non-creature and our land non-land cards. Wow, that's really fucking good for an uncommon. Wow. That's sick. I like that a lot. And it's foil. And I got the Earth Crystal, which is fire. I just took this out of my Meteoplasm deck, and I meant that as like the concept build for it. So I might put it back in just because I have it now. That's really fucking good. Says green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast if 1 or more 1/1 counters will be put on a creature you control. Twice that many 1/1 counters are put on that instead, and then you can pay 6 to distribute 2 1/1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures I control, which is really good. And then it's gonna trigger doubling it. And then Ultimisa, Time Sorceress. Whenever she enters or attacks, Surveil 2. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do transform her, which she turns into a 7/7 menace with, when this creature transforms into an Ultimisha Omnipotent, take an extra turn for this one. That's not super crazy value, but it's cool. And then an instant. That, I think, is the best hit, the Earth Crystal. Fuck, I keep looking over here for packs, but there's nothing over there. Yeah, I'm happy I'm doing this over here. Queen Brahini, paralysis, and whenever she attacks, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This token deals 1 damage to each creature opponent. It's a legendary. Creature Mogul, the one that we had the art of. Cute. Legendary Human Rogue, Lock Cold. Death Touch, a lifelink. Whenever Lock Cold deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and then discard a card. And he's a Legendary Human Rogue. That's tight. Weapon Vendor, Scorpion Sentinel, Thunder Magic, Vincent, Gilbert Garden. Token. Ooh, Waste! Ooh, I got a Waste. That's tight. You're Not Alone Hollow. Ooh, Xenos Ye Galvus? Human Noble Warrior. My first friend. When Xenos Ye Galvus enters, choose a creature an opponent controls until then turn creatures other than Xenos Ye Galvus and chosen creature get -2/2. When chosen creatures leave the battlefield, when the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform him. So, like, you just have to sack him. He transforms into Shinru, Transcendent Rival, which is a flying 8/8. As this creature transforms into Shiaru, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. Wow! I'll just be like, oh, you're at 1? 1? Okay, cool. And then I'll do this, sack my warriors, you get burned for 3, and I win. And I win because you lost, even though we have 2 other people. That's fucking awesome. I hate that. And then Side Quest, which has Black Chocobo Transformation. Random encounter. Judge Magister Gabra? No idea. He's a Olzloth commander creature. When I say commander, I mean legendary, by the way, so catch that. Menace. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on him. That's cool. The uncommon. Magic Pot. White Mage. Rock Turret. Haste Magic. Cornered by Black Mages. Blitzball Shot. The art card is, I don't remember. She's from the pre-con. That's cool. I'm actually gonna keep the character once here. I like them. And then in town, Restoration Magic, 2 hollows. And I got a Hideaway, Clive's Hideaway. Hideaway 4. Add a colorless, and then pay 2. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you control 4 or more legendary creatures. Very specific. But ooh, and I got Summon Fat Chocobo, which I know is a common. Oh, it's that right there. But it is an altar, so that's tight. The Prime Vista, which I did actually open in a pack recently that my cousin bought me for the why am I forgetting the scene box? I think I'm gonna put legendary artifact vehicles and such as legendary creatures just because. Eject, The Final Days, Fight On, Creature Wardings, Magic Infantry, Ice Flam, Blazing Bomb, Undercity Direct, Commune with Beavers, Bird, A Land Town, Ring of Lucy, add 2 colorless, pay 2, tap it, pay 1 life, tap target non-land permanent. That's a lot of pain. It's a full cost fucking Soul Ring. Why is it a legendary artifact? Tap target non-land permanent. Because it taps, that's it. Ooh, and my hit was the Chocobo Seeker of Paradise. Which, whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards on the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest into your graveyard. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, Chocobo gets 1/0 into that turn. That's right. And then the Emperor of Hiroshima, that again. And I got Chocobo Racetrack whenever a land you control enters, create 2/2. I think Quan needed this, I'm not sure. Well, this is really good. I didn't see a transformation card this time. Unexpected request. Travel the overworld. Rufus Shira. Legendary creature, human noble. Whenever Rufus Shirna attacks, if you don't control a creature named Dark Star, create a Dark Star, a legendary 2/2 white and black creature dog token. This is a whatever burger. Crossroads Village again. Dreams of Laguna, Cloudbound Mogul, Warrior Sword, Black Mage Draw, Town Reader, and an art card. The art card is the Rogue Dude that we got. I say. I'm me because I'm fucking awesome. I got a Plains. Barrett Wallace, which is a legendary creature that's holographic, says reach. Whenever he attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to the defending player, which is cool. And my hit is Barrett and Fran, the normal art. Reach, vehicles you control get 1/1 and have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran this turn attacks, if this is the first combat phase of the turn, I may pay 3. If you do, after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. My cousin is making a deck of this, so I'm really hyped to see how that goes. Oh! The fucking Wind Crystal! My homie needs this. I'm gonna see if I can get $3 off. I don't know. We'll see. I don't remember how much it costs, but I know it's good. And then the Gold Saucer Land Town. That's cool. Not the rare. The Wind Crystal with that card too is tight. Lionheart, Phoenix down. Oh, that's tight. Blitzball, Slasher Lights, Sage Noctis, Coral, Sabatender, Nozzle Trader, Gigatoad. I have a bunch. I think I have every single white, black, blue, and red basic land art from Final Fantasy because I bought the starter deck, which comes with like 4. It's all full art lands, and it comes with like 4 copies of each one, which is tight. The art card is some dragon, and I got a Plains, which is the road. Grand Pulse Orchu. In my rares, Kane, Treacherous Dragoon. Jump during your turn. Kane has flying. Whenever Kane deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many tap treasure tokens, and then lose that much life. I don't get how this is super great, but there's probably some cool way to do it. And then Eden, Seat of Sanctum, which is a uncommon land. Pay 5 to mill 2 cards, then you may sacrifice this land when you do. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to That's pretty cool. I thought I was already halfway. Thank God there's still so much more because I love gambling. I have a feeling of gambling. Riona Hartility. Hartility. I actually have this card already. It just says when she enters, create a 1/1 legendary green and white dog creature token. And then Angelo Cannon, which is whenever Riona Hartil, I can't say her last name, attacks, another target creature you control gets 1/1 to then turn for each creature you control, which is cool, but she costs 5 though. Adventures Airship, Gosh, Queen, Force, Item Shopkeeper, Hero Token, Land, Rescue Mission, and my rare is Chet Reluctant Guardian, which is a black human warrior with Menace, 4/3. It says whenever he does combat damage to a player, you may exile it and return to the battlefield transformed under your opponent's control, or under your control. Which, when it transforms, it says it turns into a soccer creature. That's a 7/7 Menace. Says Jet Beam for the first 2, which says each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. And then 3, each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice, which is crazy nice. And then Stilt Skin Moogle Merchant, which is a rare. It says lifelink, pay 2, target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card. I wonder how that works. That's cool. Reno and Rude, which is a uncommon legendary creature. Human Assassin. Menace. Whenever Reno and Rude deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library, and then you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exiled card this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Cool. Legendary creature Octopus. Ultras Obnoxious Octopus. A Lagoon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if there was at least 4 mana to cast it, tap target creature and opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Whenever You casting on a creature spell. If at least 8 mana was spent to cast it, put 8 1/1 counters on it. This would just be stupid, be like punishing people for existing. Because then they're gonna have to remove it, and then they're gonna have to pay something for 8. He's relying on the table though, so I wonder if anyone's made any crazy decks. Beryl Wallace again. Mad Pixie. Garnet Princess Alexandria. Alexandria? I have no idea. She's a green-white lifelink, human noble cleric. 2/2. Whenever she attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a 1/1 counter on her for each lore counter removed this way. That's fucking awesome. And she's just an uncommon. That's tight. What? Instant Ramen, Magic Pot, Cloudbound Moogle, Stuck in a Summer Sanctum, Nuzzle Trader, Town Greeter, Light Judgment, Hero Token, Windburst, Unexpected Request, and I got an alt art which says Gobez. Oh, I already have this card. This is the fucking uncommon. Golbez, Clad in the Darkness, which is Sir Conrad the Grim for Magic, which is legendary creature human knight. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Golbez deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you pay 2 to make each player mill. That's cool, but I already have one. And then the Darkness Crystal, which is fucking great. I was running this in Mimi Plasma. I took it out too, I think. Oh, it was zombies. It was some black deck, and it wasn't too great. I wasn't huge of it. This is the top half of a card. What the fuck? Ambrosia Whiteheart. Uncommon legendary creature. Clash with Econos, Lapping Mad, You're Not Alone, Sage, Nautilus, Sea Hero, Reinforcements, Bard's Bow, Warrior Sword, Hero, Baron, Airship Kingdom, Sinja's Return, Squall, Seed Mercenary, which I also pulled from the pack my cousin got me, which is a legendary creature which costs white, black, and 2. Human, Knight, Mercenary, 3/4. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, engages double strike and return. Fire. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with a mana value 3 or less when you give it to the battlefield. Sick. Oh, Altart Summon Shiva. That's tight as fuck. Tap target creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. You do that for 2 turns. And then 3 says draw a card for each tapped creature an opponent controls. That's awesome. And then Vanilla Cheerful something. I can't read that. She says, when Vanilla enters, mill 2 cards and return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. She's a green card. Human Cleric. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanilla and a creature named Fang, Fearless CL, you may pay 3 and a black and green. If you do, exile them and meld them into Ragnarok Divide Deliverance. This is tight. First of all, this is the card. Can't really see it because it's probably low quality, but it transforms into this, which is half a card. Which, you know, if I pull the other fucking half, that'd be sick to see. Which is called Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. This is fucking sick. And then I got an Overkill. Sick. This is tight. Forgets how cool Final Fantasy is. Valkyrie, Arsenal Unit, Magic Armor, Iron Giant, World Mech, a White Octorus or Orith. This is a bad card. Dragon, Wyvern, Marlboro, Chocobo Kicks, a Black Subaru. Hero, Swamp card. Sabatender. Ooh, and I got To the Crystal Tower, Cryptic Command. This is a great card. I love using this card in Arena. It's the alt art of Cryptic Command, which says instant, choose 2, counter target spell, return to the creature to its owner's hand, tap all creatures your opponents control, and draw a card. Really good fucking blue card. Love it. And the mythic is Dogo, Master of Mimicry, which says pay 2, tap this creature. Oh, pay X 2 as many times. Tap, copy target target activator or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets to copies. This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. Oh, so you can't copy his ability to then double it. That's sick. I think this is my first mythic, actually. I'll have to check. And then Samurai's Katanas. Sick card. I think that's my only mythic so far. Yep, that's my only mythic. Cool. don't care too much about that card, but it's a good card nonetheless. Can't complain too much. Oh, I accidentally put it in the front, but I got Noctis Prince of Lucas, which is the alt art. Sick. Noctis Prince of Lucas. Lifelink, you may cast artifact spells from the graveyard and may pay 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. I do have sleeves up here, so I will be sleeving that one right now because I don't know if it has value, but most of the character ones have pretty great value. It is rare, but I'm counting more of the alt arts because for me those are hits. And people hate when I do it. Zidane, Tauntless Thief. He's an uncommon, cost 5. Red white. When Zidane enters, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, gains lifelink and haste until the end of turn. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token. Cool, weird little guy. Swamp, and then the uncommon is Ash, Princess of Dalmasca, which is holographic. And I got another alt art, which says Dovin's Veto costs 1 white and 1 blue. Shadowbringers, instant the spell can't be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. That's good. That's cool. That's tight. I didn't even know that even existed. Actually, that's a lot. I'm familiar with the art. That's tight though. I saw a flipped card, I think. Self-destruct, world map, magic damper, dwarven castle guard, call the mountain chocobo, undercity dire rat, chocobo kick. I did not see a transformation card, I think. It was an art card, which is a signed cloud doing some fast-paced move, which is tight. That's sick, I like that. A mountain. Ooh, I got Battle of the Big Bridge, which this card's kind of cool. I use it in Arena. Battle of the Big Bridge. I can barely tell what the fuck is happening. It's Dookie Forts. Instant. Destroy target creature if it has mana value 2 or less. And Revolt. Destroy that creature if it has a mana value 4 or less instead of a permanent you control that has left the battlefield this turn. Which is tight. And then I got Xenos Yalgalvez. I think I already read this. Yeah. It's cool. Here's the front. Here's the back. You put this in a sleeve too. It's tight. And then from Father to Son, which says search your library for a vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If this spell is cast from the graveyard, put that card onto the battlefield instead, then shuffle, which has flashback.
Hey, switch the cross, no lo stava in.
Got it. An artifact and summon Primal Gordura. Wow. I'm gonna have to stop here. I'll clip it back in here in just a minute. Okay, I'm back to continue this. I gotta do something. I took these out of the sleeves because they're not worth anything unless they're search foil, which regardless, they're so cool cards. Just search foils are the best valued creature cards. Demon Wall, Cactar. Oh, Jumbo Cactar would be sick. I love that. Iron Giant Adventures in Final Fantasy 3. No, that's from Final Fantasy 1. Ice Mage, Gallicat, Suplex, Quatar, Bard's Bow, Art card, because Yotal, or however it's saying character, so it's tight. Mountain, Samurai's Katana, and I got Go-Go Mastery of Mimicry, which it's the normal art, which is funny. That's tight. I actually like this art a lot more. Side quest card collection on Aaron's. Weird. Aaron's inspiration. Cool. Zach Fair, legendary creature, 1 cost white, human soldier, 0/1. He enters in with a 1/1 counter. Pay 1, sacrifice Zach Fair, target creature you control gains indestructible until the end of turn. Put Zach Fair's counters on that creature and attach an equipment that was attached to Zac Bear to that creature. That's nice. And then another legendary creature, which is uncommon. Jeez, is it? Toto, Tactician, Magician. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Shinoto gets X0 on a turn, where X is the amount of mana to cast a spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. Sick. Dinosaur. Art card is a dude? No idea. Some fox man or woman. This character. Ignagia, Crown City. I got Noctis, Prince of Lucas, which I would read, but I already pulled the alt art first, so that's like Esper Origins. It's a sorcery, rare. Surveil 2, you gain 2 life. If the spell is cast from the graveyard, exile it and put it onto the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control with a finality counter on it, and flashback 4. Transforms into a saga, which says number level 1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, put it into your hand. Add 2 green, and then other creatures you control get 2/2 and gain transform that turn. I've chosen the name for her, Terra. That's tight. That was the flavor text. And then Chocobo type. Maybe I'll be able to make that Tifa Lockhart deck with no Tifa's, by the way. So. Sleep Magic, Choco Commons, Instant Robin, Retrieve Esper, Paladin's Arms, Synthopate, Airplay, Airship Crash, Blade Bomb, Morboro, Token, Baron Ship, Magic Damper, and a Promise Fulfilled, which is an alt art of Light Up the Stage, which is sorcery. Pay 1 red for Spectacle, which I don't know what Spectacle does. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the turn of your next turn. You may play those cards. Cool. And I got the Masamune. Tight. Says the legend artifact equipment. As long as the equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of that creature or an emblem you own to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. That's pretty tight. Reach of the Horizon. I have no idea what's valuable anymore. I feel like that mask money is valuable, but probably like 3 cents. Sorcery. Tonberry. He's just a 1-cost black creature, but I'm gonna read it for you because he's funny. It says he's a 1-cost black. This creature enters tapped with a stun counter on it. But he has Chef's Knives, which says during your turn, this creature has first strike and death touch. Really fucking good. Sorcery. Snow Violers? Wise. Legendary creature, human rebel monk. Snow Violers. Villers? I have no fucking idea. Snow Villers, power sequence, and number of creatures control. Sick. His vigilance. Legendary artifact. This is the weird bad one. Coral, Substhopath, Weapons Vendor, Hack Beast, Airship Crash. Ooh, Forest. Awesome. Retrieve the Esper and Mogul's Valor. It's a rare. Instant. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Mogul creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control. That might actually be good to put in Zergo. That's kind of tight. In Capital City. I didn't know we were playing Fallout. Sick. Ambroria White Part. Gross. Holographic Forest. Cool. From Final Fantasy. I don't know. Kane, Treacherous Dragoon. I already have this one, so it's holographic. Ooh, another rare though that I don't have. Bart's and Boko. Legendary creature, human bird. Affinity for birds. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each bird you control. When Bart's and Boko enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its fire to target creature and opponent controls. That's just an EUTV trigger. And then Vanilla Cheerful is seal. I don't know how to say that. Interesting. Like how you can't see anything here when it's a card. Summon and meet Enma, summon Shiva, summon Esper. What the fuck? 3 sagas in the first. That's tight. Summon Esper, and they're all uncommon. Summon Esper, Rama, summon Shiva, summon Enmina. We're missing 2 more colors. Blitzball, White Mage Staff, wearing Merchant, Magic Infantry, summon Fat Chocobo, where there's the green one. Mysteried Elder, Sephiroth's Intervention. Art card, which is, whoa, I don't know who that is, and it's signed. The art signature is pretty awesome. Sherilyn, Nation of Scholars, Rentless, XATM, and I got Sin Spira's Punishment, which is a big ass card that costs 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's a 7/7. Leviathan Avatar, blind. Whenever he enters or attacks, exile permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tap token that's a copy of that card. If the exile card is a land card, repeat the process. Interesting. So that's my rare, and I got another one that says Memories Returning. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand. Oh, I've seen the altar of this. I love the altar of this. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, then choose an opponent. They put one on the bottom of your library, and then put the one into your hand. Then put one on the bottom of your library, put the other one into your hand. So 2 go in your hand, 2 go anywhere else. That's cool. I like the Memories Returning card. I think it's one of my favorite alt cards from Final Fantasy, honestly. Summon Fenrir, which is probably the actual other Green Saga. Titus Blitzball Star, uncommon. It says whenever an artifact you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Titus. Whenever Titus attacks, tap target creature and opponent controls. Play on Summon Chocobo mod. Retrieve the Esper corner belt Town Breeder. I got fucking Poforos God of Forge. This is so Kefka Palazzo. I think this card's actually valuable. I don't know if it went down in value since Final Fantasy reprinted it, but I just know this was like a $30, $20 or $30 card. I don't remember. This card is really good. I actually got rid of this card from my Zergo list because it was like so expensive. But it says it's indestructible as long as your devotion to red is less than 5. Kefka isn't a creature. Whenever another creature you control enters, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and then you can pay 3 for creatures you control 1/0 until the end of turn. Yeah, it's really fucking good. And he's a 6/5, and he only costs 4. And then I got another rare, which is Lewis Sox's Sacrifice. I actually pulled this one too as my rare for the scene box, which says as an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a legendary creature you control or pay 2. Counter target creature, counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or non-creature spell. Pretty cool. I actually want to quickly check because I want to check if that's the same or if he has another one that isn't the same one I'm looking for. Give me a minute. I want to check on that. I'm using TCG Player, by the way, so that's how I'm checking my prices if you can't find one similar. Kefka Palazzo. It's a $16 card. But Pharaoh's, I want to see what Pharaoh's God of Forge, if it's the one I'm thinking about. I think each god has at least 2. Nope. So it's a $18 card still for the base art. This is the card I was thinking about. As long as you tribulation red. Yeah, it's a really good card. I'm gonna have to try to find a way to put this guy in the deck because that's really, really good. Wow. Sick. Okay, cool. X out of that. I think I already went through the rest of these. Yeah, it was just that rare. Well, that was probably the best card I pulled so far. Luck Coal, which we already know. Coral Sword. World Map. Shugin. Weapons Vendor, Ice Magic, Gigatoad, Haste Magic, Nazu, Hero, Tranquil City, Cargo Ship, Baron Rivalry, Rivalry, which says Deadly Dispute, Altar. Instant, as an addition, cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure card. I think I'm still running this in Zergo, so I think I'm going to swap the altar out for it. Zelditchit, legendary creature. It is a rare. Costs 3. It costs 2, 1 red. As an additional, you may play additional lands on each of your turns. Zelditchit gets 1/0 for each land you control. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its owner's hand. That's tight as fuck. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I almost bought a bundle of Avatar, but I decided to hold myself back. Maybe I'll get more money to spend on cards later. I do have 150 something left. Gyot, King of Dwarves. It's a legendary creature. 1 white and 1 red. Double strike. Whenever Gyot or another dwarf you control enters, and whenever an equipment you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's pretty cool. This set has so many legendary uncommon creatures. The art card is Sathra! Tight. Windburst, the Federation, Leopard Scouts. I got the Traveling fucking Chocobo as my fucking hit, which is a mythic. It says, you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play land and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control enter the battlefield because of the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And everything else is fine besides Gias Van Ballstar, which is a legendary uncommon creature, mono black, which says when he enters, choose 1. Each player sacrifices a creature or a token of their choice. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice, and each player sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. That's a good way to remove, but it costs 4. I don't know how I feel about that. It is a 3-2. So. What is he, a soldier? Damn. That sucks. Cargo Ship. Helgidios. Paddling. Iceland. Bates. Undyne City. Let's ball. Art card is no idea. Swamp. Actiles. Ooh, I actually got one of the good lands, which is a Zenarkand Ancient Metropolis. Its sorcery says create a 1/1 hero creature token, put a 1/1 counter for each land you control, or this enters intact at a ring. Really good. Chocobo side quest. Nothing besides Adelbert Steiner, which says legendary creature mono white lifelink. When he gets a 1/1 for each equipment I control, so it does not have to be equipment. I had a cousin who ran him as a deck. I don't think he does anymore. I think he swapped him out with another. He swapped out with another commander being to knock this from the seed box. Gladios Amasita. Adventure is this white shit, gold, thunder, oh, island, nice. Flex. Ooh, Triple Triad. I know this card's good. Triple Triad is an enchantment. Cost 6, 3 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until the end of turn, you may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it without paying its mana cost. So if I exile a creature that costs 6, I can play any creature that costs 6 or less, plus the card that costs 6. So I can... Okay, I'm not gonna explain. It's good. Really fucking good. Eden Seat of the Sanctum, which is an altar of the land, which I already read. It's cool. Adelbert Steiner, and Evil Reawakened, which is a good cover card. Relatively. Realm Sketching, Cloud of Darkness, which is a legendary Gruul commander, which has flying 3/3 particle beam. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature an opponent controls gets minus XX into that turn, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. That's cool. I don't have that one. Adventures in Lower Scouts, Gulligat, Turrets, black mages raw, Gusho greens, red mages here, bird, insomnia, item shopkeeper. I got ancient adamant tortoise. Or Taurus, I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8. He costs 8. He's at 820. He has vigilance and ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. That's cool. Cyclist, hunt the mark. And the crystal's chosen. Cool, cool, cool. Down to 2 packs. Let's see if we get anything cool. Freya Crescent for that one. Diamond Weapon. Piercy's Wandering. Iron Giant. White Mage's Staff. Dreams of a Green. Vane's Treachery. Blitzball Shot. Haste Magic. Hero Island. Fight on free one. Wild Rose Warrior, which is from Final Fantasy 2, I guess. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment. Its abilities cost 2 less to cast. Activate, sacrifice that token. Cool. And then I got Crystal Fragments Altar, which is cute. I have no idea what the fuck is happening in this photo. But it says equipped creature gets 1/1. No, it's not equipment. And you can pay 5, 6, 7 white. Exile this equipment, then return it to the battlefield, transform it under your owner's control, activate it. And it turns into a saga called Summon Alexander. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to this to creatures you control this turn. Happens 2 times, and tap all creatures your opponent's control. Yeah, you can't even see it. That's cool. Altar. Last pack. Let's see if I get anything. Rufa, Shinara, World Map, Shuriken, Dwarven Castle, Magic Damper, Gunsburg Revelation, Blart's Clossier, Winterna, Jointer of Forces, Altar of a Real Magic card, Legendary Creature, Human Warrior. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may play a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Tap and attack and gains indestructible. And I got Tifa cards. Tifa says trample landfall. Whenever a land you control enters power, double Tifa's lock card's power into the turn, which is a rare. And that was all. Oh shit. So I have to spend the next 2 hours going through this, finding any duplicates, because I actually already have a pile of like bulk that I want to give to friends. Let me see if I can grab it. And it's full of commons and uncommons because this is the bulk already. And most of this is Aether Drift, Final Fantasy, and something else. I opened a lot of Final Fantasy packs, or a lot of Final Fantasy cards were given to me, so that's why I have so much of it. Oh god, this is really fun to open in comparison to what was the last Tarkir Dragonstorm, which I opened like 2 weeks ago, I think. So these are cool. I'm gonna check the prices on everything, and yeah, that was sick. Gosh, I'm actually gonna see how many cards actually are ran in the Tifa Lockhart standard deck, because if I have a lot of like the simpler cards, I might just make the rest of the deck. Because I do know it's a really good deck. Well, that was it. It's January 3rd, so starting the new year pretty damn strong. Thinking of pre-ordering Lorwyn, so you'll know if that happens. One thing, yeah, the reason why I never recorded Tarkir Dragonstorm is because I had a lot of background problems and I didn't want to wait to open it. So I tried recording it, and let's just say it was not pleasant. So yeah. See you later.